Hiya folks, it's Kikoskia here, just letting you know that this video contains scenes that may not be suitable for people who suffer from epilepsy. Keep this in mind as you watch this video. And now, on with the conspiracies! Welcome back folks to Let's Replay Deus Ex. So when last we left off, I know that's meant to say Ambrosia, but it's such a low resolution image that it looks like it says Ambrosia. I wonder if that's a more powerful version of Ambrosia. The world may never know. Or will it? We have two things that we need to do here on the second level of the VersaLife facility. First, we need to hack into this computer and gain access to the virus schematic so that Tracerton can examine it, looking for a cure. The second thing we need to do also involves hacking into this computer, which is opening up access to the UC chamber. Daedalus wants us to destroy this giant machine here, a universal constructor. Apparently it's only one of two machines in the entire world that can manufacture the Grey Death virus. And if we have anything to say about it, soon there'll be no machines that can do that, so we're all for destroying it. Just not while we're close to it. We're gonna have to find a way to get out of here pretty quickly. But first things first, gaining access to the Universal Constructor and getting Tracerton what he wants. There's the virus schematics, and there's the way to the UC chamber. The emails are things we've already seen, so let's log out and move further in.
Got it! Looks like you stumbled on more than the schematics. You better get out of there. More in a second.
Oh, we can't get out just yet, Tracerton. We've got to blow this place up yet.
The Universal Constructor is in this facility.
You don't say, Daedalus. What gave that away? Was it the massive thing here? Oh, you're so silly, Daedalus. Stop being silly. Now, if we look down here, we'll see Maggie Chow. We've had an opportunity to kill her before this point, which was in her apartment, and we chose not to. In fact, we chose not to speak to her at all. And we don't need to speak to her here. We could just shoot her in the head. We could also fire a Gep gun rocket at her, or even drop multi-tools on her head if we manage to maneuver her to the ladder, which we used to get down to that level. But we're going to speak to her. She's probably not going to be very happy to see us. Not surprising considering where we are. But first, the goodies that we unlocked a little bit ago. Like this augmentation upgrade canister. We're going to be using that on regeneration. Putting it up to maximum. Marvellous. Now, we have a number of choices here for augmentations. The first choice being, do we want speed enhancement or run silent? This isn't really a choice because we've already picked our leg enhancement, so we can't even decide between those. This one here is Aqualung and Environmental Resistance. This is something that we could actually install if we want to. So what we're going to do is we're going to move over to this and drop this canister way down there. Hopefully it will survive the fall. That didn't drop very far, did it? We're going to have to step a little bit closer. Okay, we're going to have to move a little bit closer. This is really tense. There we go! Looks like it's fine. The final augmentation is a choice that we haven't seen before. This is Power Recirculator and Synthetic Heart. Let's head down and find that there is a medbot just over to our right, but that medbot is a trap, because as soon as we go to examine it, Maggie Chow is going to move in to attack. She won't actually attack us when we're in the medbot interface, but as soon as we leave it, she's going to initiate dialogue, and she'll be right next to us. She's armed with a Dragon's Tooth sword. You can imagine how well that combat goes considering that she's ready for you. We're going to ignore that for now, and go and confront her. There she is, and she's taking the long way round. She also doesn't move very quickly, which gives you a lot of opportunity to shoot her before she reaches you. But we're going to let her get to us. She's surely got a lot to say.
You have terrible manners, Mr. Denton, stopping by my apartment without even saying hello.
I don't like your crowd.
It is time for me to repay the discourtesy.
I don't
Die,
think
JC.
that's the only reason why you're trying to kill us. But sure, if you think it's just because we're being rude, fair enough. Also, that's popped open. We could actually ignore her completely and just blow this place up. But I think we'll deal with her first. Also, do you hear that? There are some robot spiders in there, an enemy that we haven't seen before, and they're quite dangerous. You may have also figured out why this encounter isn't that dangerous, because she doesn't move very quickly. You can easily outrun her moving backwards. Now, we could draw our sword and have at thee, but you know what? No. Nobody's coming to help you, Maggie Chow. Nobody can. Now that that's out of the way, let's go and make this decision. Here are the two augmentations that we haven't seen before. First, the power recirculator. Power consumption for all augmentations is reduced by polyalanine circuits plugged directly into cell membranes that allow nanite particles to interconnect electronically without leaving their host cells. Power drain of augmentations is reduced slightly, moderately, and eventually significantly. This is quite useful if you're using a lot of augmentations that drain a lot of bioelectric energy at the same time, like, say, microfibril muscle and speed enhancement. We're not going to be picking that. Then there is synthetic heart. This synthetic heart circulates not only blood, but a steady concentration of mechanochemical power cells, smart phagocytes, and liposomes containing prefab diamondoid machine parts, resulting in upgraded performance for all installed augmentations. However, this will not enhance any augmentation past its maximum upgrade level. While this is active, every augmentation that you have active in addition to this is one level higher. This will not make legs level 5, as that note says. And this is quite useful, but again, it's probably not something I'm going to remember to use. So I'm going to drop this, I'm going to pick this one up, and I'm going to pick Aqualung. Soda lime exostructures embedded in the alveoli of the lungs convert CO2 to O2, extending the time an agent can remain underwater. There are some sections in this game where you have to be underwater for quite a long time. This will be quite useful, so I'm going to pick this. It's the first time that I haven't picked one of the augmentations from that canister. And considering how little I use those augmentations, it was probably a mistake that I picked one of them in the first place. So we'll go with Aqualung. And it's a good thing we did, because we're going to have to do some swimming in a moment. Let us save the game, and put in that code that Daedalus gave us. 525. Now, did you see that those opened? Let's get out of here. By jumping!
Success. Viral production has been terminated. Containment protocols have sealed off the entrance. You will have to exit through the effluent pipes on the floor of the chamber. Beware of biotoxin concentrations.
Oh, we've already discovered them, Daedalus.
Seems to be some inventory data here. VersaLife has been synthesizing the Grey Death virus in great quantities. The entire stockpile has been loaded onto a super freighter going to New York. Interesting. The previous owner of the ship was Stanton Dowd. Ever hear of the Illuminati? Come back to the compound. I have much to tell you.
Oh, that you do. But first, we need to get out of here. And here's that water that I was mentioning. Let's use Aqualung and dive in. This will make our O2 go down that little bit slower. We also need to ready this, because we may get into combat. Let's quickly turn this off and examine your body. There's a mini crossbow. Guess what? We don't want that. Let's go back down. Ooh, see, there's a little bit of ammunition here. We'll grab that one and head into here and see that you're there. Now, you don't necessarily need Aqualung, because there are places that you can breathe. But it's good to have it just in case, because you could get held up in this encounter. Fortunately, the Dragon's Tooth Sword is more than capable of taking care of that. Now, is this where we need to go? Nope, it's just a place to pop up and get a tiny bit of air. This is where we need to go. Up and away!
Tracking down this Dowd connection. Illuminati fingerprints all over the sterix. I'm talking about the molecule shape. 17 segments, 23 coupling points. Only Illuminati technicians use sleeve bearings with 34-fold and 46-fold symmetry. Multiples of 17 and 23? 17, 23? The birth of Adam Weishaupt?
Not a coincidence, he was about to say. I didn't know that was going to cut him off. He does seem to be talking about a lot of strange things, lots of conspiracy-heavy things, like the Illuminati. Surely there's nothing to what he's saying, though. Or maybe there is. We're going to emerge out here, which is good because that's not too far away from where I want to go. There was also a key there, but I didn't figure out what that was. Mainly because Tracer Tong was talking at the time, and his infolink conversation hid where the key was for. Now we want to go up here and actually head to Tenochi Road, because I have a key that'll take me somewhere interesting. This is the way I want to go. Past you.
Not advisable for tourists to visit the canals at night.
Have you ever thought about having an assault rifle instead? It's probably a lot safer for you. Somebody said that they may be so heavily armed because of all the creatures that are
Come by in the
escaping
morning. Sampan rides.
from the VersaLife facility. Well, that's not a bad theory. Now I want to pop back to here, not to go to Maggie Chow's apartment, but to check out a place that I didn't go to before. And we can get to it from over here. The lift is already here, which is marvellous. And we only want to go part way up. There is a door that I couldn't open before, that I should be able to now. Now where is it? It's over here. Infinite lock strength and door strength? Jock's key unlocks it, giving us access to here. Now there is a shotgun, we can take that. Jock's apartment key added. This is if you used a different method to get into here, and there are different ways to get in. There's a data cube here. Hong Kong Network Services. Your account is now active and the activation fee of 95 credits has been automatically added to your first payment. You will be receiving a separate bill. Please remit no payment at this time. We remind you that all traffic over HKNet should comply with the National Electronic Information Directive and is subject to review at any time. Violations of the NEID may result in fines, account deactivation, visa suspension, or criminal proceedings. Username Flyboy. Password 5x5. Zai HKNet Services. Ooh, we have access to his computer. And there is a lockpick that we can use. Even better. Now let's look around and see if there's anything else that we can find. In here is a bunch of food. Soy food there. Now where is this terminal? It's not here. Moving that does nothing. I wonder what we're missing here. Aha! This. There are some binoculars. There is a bed. Now what can we see from here? Ah! Maggie Chow's apartment. Was Jock trying to get a shot on Maggie Chow? Maybe. Maybe the sniper rifle we saw was Jock's. Now, we know his password, so we're gonna have a look at his computer and see what's on here. 5x5. From Paul Denton, fallback. Time is short. If you followed orders, you should be on your way back to Hong Kong. Tong will know what to do, so help him. We can't let these people get away with what they've done, and what they still might do. My brother may be able to help. I don't know. I've sent him to obtain the evidence I compiled of Yanako's recent activities, but I've had to treat him and everyone else I know like pawns. I've sent them to be killed, and all so that we could win the larger game. But I think my time to be sacrificed is about to come. If Tong gives you the word, take down Maggie. And if I see you again, you're buying the beers this time. Paul. This may very well be the final correspondence that he ever sent out to Jock. He's probably read it. Surveillance. From Tracer Tong. Please continue your observations of Miss Chow. I suspect that it is she who may lay at the heart of our current troubles and not the Red Arrow. My sources within the police department have been quite willing to share with me certain items of information that lead me to believe she was not only responsible for the death of their dragon head, but may also know the location of a dragon's tooth. Your friend Paul was a great aid to Voluminous Path, and as we are in his debt, so are we in yours. That is confirmation that if you go to the police place in the One Chai Market, you're going to find stuff that implicates Maggie Chow. And here's something from Daedalus. If you have loyalty to your friends, you must return to New York now. I cannot ascertain the status of the person you identify as Paul Denton. He may or may not be alive, but it is possible that I can assist in the salvage of him and his brother if you return to New York now. I have secured the proper authorizations for you to fly an SH-187 stealth helicopter from the Wan Chai MJ-12 helibase located in the VersaLife building. There is little time. And this is the email that tipped off Jock that explains why he was in New York waiting for us. I don't think there's anything else that we can get here. I don't think there's any goodies behind the mirror or anything in here. Ooh, no, there is something in here. Sabot shells. Marvellous. And that is Jock's apartment. Something that you can't get access to unless you're really particular with your jumps, or you wait until you have access to Tracer Tong's area. Good thing I went to check. Can always do with more Sabot shells. With that done, it's time to go and check in with Tracer Tong, which involves going all the way back to the Wan Chai Market. Shouldn't take too long. Off we go! Someone also said that there was a secret on that boat that I noticed before.
Not advisable for tourists to visit the canals at night.
Indeed it isn't. I've been told many a time that it's not. Now, it's not over here, but over the long way around. Definitely not over here. I'm going completely the wrong way. I want to see if I can find that secret. There may be goodies that I really
Come by
want.
in the morning. Sampan rides.
I'm not going to be using those sampan rides. Not at all. It's this way I want to go. This way and down. Right down here. I might not find it, but it's always worth seeing if I can. Now, where would a secret room be? Would I have to use this? Aha! Marvellous. And I got some skill points. There's something in here that requires one lockpick, and you know what? I'll use one lockpick. We found one in Jock's apartment. We'll trade one lockpick for anything in here that's good. 150 credits. Not bad. One bioelectric cell. We can't actually get any more of those. And a recharge. Wonderful. I found something else new. Is there something here, though? Let's see if there is. It's going to be a little bit difficult to reach that one, though, unless I use this, and it's too heavy to lift. Is it too heavy to lift because of these? Yes. We'll throw that aside. Ah, that one can't even be used, so that was a wasted effort, but still worth checking. We can actually just use this, and then take that. Marvellous. So indeed, learn something new. Something new about a place that I didn't even know about until a little while ago. Marvellous. Let's now head back to Tracer Tong and drop these. We've had enough wine for now. Now let's go to the Wan Chai Market. I think this way is the way. Yes, this way is the way, because that leads to Tanochi Road, and this way will lead to the Wan Chai Market. Over here. Nope, that's not the way actually. Silly me. I want to go this way. I was about to head to the Old China Hand. See how easily I can get lost in a place where you really shouldn't get lost? Fortunately, the compound I need to go to is right here, though of course I am taking the long way round to get to where the entrance is. Silly me. but we'll get there in time. You knew I was going to go a long way. You misled me. I knew they'd be involved somehow. When we come back, folks, we'll go and talk to Tracer Tong.
Max Chan and Gordon Quick are celebrating at the Lucky Money. You are invited for drinks.
Maybe you've already been drinking, considering the fact that you were trying to walk into that corner and just stepping into a potted plant. Maybe you need some sleep. And so, when we come back, folks, we'll pop in with Tracer Tong and then head somewhere else. We've done a great thing getting rid of that UC. There's still a lot more for us to do. Oh my, so much more. Oh, hello. You're here now because the Triads are at peace. That's a nice development. Later.